past experiences.
Basic is returning to Asia for his redemption. The BTK trio wants to prove M3 wasn't just a fluke, and Hoon looking to win back his fans.
I got basically kicked, but they still call me traitor for, I don't know, for pursuing my dream.
I thought living that comfort zone and then try new things was a better way for me to pursue the win.
We're coming and we're gonna compete. We're gonna put a fight, that's for sure.
I'm coming for you, M4.
This is what we have all been waiting for.
You push us, we push you back. You respect us, we respect you back. You doubt us, we will bleed to prove you wrong.
Everything on the line, right here, right now.
Definitely, they're not underestimating us as much as they did in M3. People probably see us and take us more seriously now, especially considering our accomplishment back then.
I want to be the first in the world. I want to win a world championship. And the only way to really do that is day in and day out. There's no relaxing. You have to keep going.
Here comes the Valley.
It's my time, I'm a ball. I'ma get this money right. I'm gonna live my best life. They been talking to me on me, but you know they'll never win. I'm controlling all my victories, and something that's gotta give. Cause this shit just what I made it now, I made it now. You can't ever break us down, break us down. I'll be speechless for the stars. Promise I'll be what they not, and I'll never ever stop. Won't never stop, yeah.
Touch your sky, you're made of silver and gold. Touch your sky, you're the greatest option now. You and I can make it out of the crowd. Hang tight, we gonna reach for the greatness. We will always rise, we will never fall. Fire in our eyes, and we are strong. Even though we know our backs against the wall. Can you take your aim? You know that this is.
I've been down, been waiting so long. I'm here for the crown, I'm here to show off. Greatness time, just waiting to show y'all. This is your time to remember. So many times, I lie in the basement waiting for greatness. No, I won't listen to anyone hating on me and telling me I wouldn't make it. Cause I did everything that they said I couldn't. Caught my footing and I got the controls. I stand for something, I ain't running now. I'm the greatest now, I just wanna make it proud. Don't let me down, don't let it all fall. I'm on the road, accomplish all of my goals, and I ain't gonna let you down.
Touch your sky,
The sky is so vast, isn't it? My little flare.
Papa? Can you reach the sky and ignite the stars?
Of course, honey bunch.
Papa never returned home. He's among the stars now. But what about me?
Have faith, little flare.
Now this is a wonder to behold.
Time. Oh, it's time to make the most of the moment. I'm Hoon, I'm milling for the Valley, and I'm ready.
I graduated high school a few months ago. Yeah. We dare to be great.
Dude, that's perfect. One more second.
Hello, my name is Fly Chicken. I'm XP Lane from the Valley. Let's go.
Hey, it's basic. Again.
Alright, I like that.
We dare.
And action.
We dare to improve. Hey, it's basic. Coordinator for the Valley. Let's go.
Say hi. Hi.
3 wasn't good enough.
There you go. One more time.
3 wasn't good enough.
One more time. You got a better one again.
Hi, I'm Chuck. I'm late son for the Valley. Let's go.
You see my chapped lips on the camera? Like here a little bit? Don't disrespect the US of A. One more. Hi, I'm Moba Zane, Jungle for the Valley, and we're ready.
I want to fight Yahweh from the Eagle team from Philippines.
Definitely RRQ. They've done so much for Mobile Legends, and you could tell just by the amount of fans that they have. They've also been so driven. I mean, they've been in Mobile Legends for years and years and years, and they've always been pretty good. They've always, even when they weren't doing as well, even in this MPL, they bounced back in the second half of the season. And I have a lot of respect for them. They brought a lot for Mobile Legends. And in the Philippines, it probably blacklist because they're actually the first team that, even after winning a World Cup, they just stayed driven, stayed focused, and now they're on their way to having a chance of getting their second World Cup win.
You can travel the world to find yourself. But that journey must start at home.
Valley are going to end war!
Because you can't know who you are without remembering your past experiences.
Basic is returning to Asia for his redemption. The BTK trio wants to prove M3 wasn't just a fluke, and Hoon looking to win back his fame.
I got basically kicked, but they still call me traitor for, I don't know, for pursuing my dream.
I thought living that comfort zone and then try new things was a better way for me to pursue the win.
We're coming and we're gonna compete. We're gonna put a fight, that's for sure.
I'm coming for you, M4.
This is what we have all been waiting for.
You push us, we push you back. You respect us, we respect you back. You doubt us, we will bleed to prove you wrong.
Everything on the line, right here, right now.
Definitely, they're not underestimating us as much as they did in M3. People probably see us and take us more seriously now, especially considering our accomplishment back then.
I want to be the first in the world. I want to win a world championship. And the only way to really do that is day in and day out. There's no relaxing. You have to keep going.
Here comes the Valley.
It's my time, I'm a ball. I'ma get this money right. I'm gonna live my best life. They been talking to me on me, but you know they'll never win. I'm controlling all my victories, and something has gotta give. Cause this is just what I made it now, made it now. You can't ever break us down, break us down. I'll be speechless for the stars. Promise I'll be what they not, and I'll never ever stop. Won't never stop, yeah.
Touch the sky, you're made of silver and gold. Touch the sky, you're the greatest, don't you know? You and I can make it out of the cold. Hang tight, we gonna reach for the greatness. We will always rise, we will never fall. The fire in our eyes will be strong. Even though we know our backs against the wall. And again, you take your aim, you know that this is.
I've been down, been waiting so long. I'm here for the crown, I'm here to show off. Greatness time, just waiting to show y'all. This is your time to remember.
So many times, I lie in the basement waiting for greatness. No, I won't listen to anyone hating on me and telling me I wouldn't make it. Cause I did everything that they said I couldn't. Caught my footing and I cut the controls. I stand for something, I ain't running now. I'm the greatest now, I just wanna make it proud. Don't let me down, don't let it all out. I'm on the road, accomplished all of my goals, and I ain't gonna let you down.
Touch the sky, you're made of silver and gold. Touch the sky, you're the greatest, don't you know? You and I, we can make it out of the cold. Hang tight, we gonna reach for the greatness. We will always rise, we will never fall. The fire in our eyes will be strong. Even though we know our backs against the wall. And again, pick your aim, you know that this is.
Coming for the game, cause we ready for the victory.
The sky is so vast.
isn't it? My little flare.
Papa? Can you reach the sky and ignite the stars?
Of course, honey bunch.
Papa never returned home. He's among the stars now. But what about me?
Have faith, little flare.
Now this is a wonder to behold.
Time. Oh, it's time to make the most of the moment. I'm Hoon, I'm milling for the Valley, and I'm ready.
I graduated high school a few months ago. Yeah. We dare to be great.
Dude, that's perfect. One more second.
Hello, my name is Fly Chicken. I'm XP Lane from the Valley. Let's go.
Hey, it's basic. Again.
That's right. I like that.
We dare.
And action.
We dare to improve. Hey, it's basic. Coordinator for the Valley. Let's go.
Say hi. Hi.
3 wasn't good enough.
There you go. One more time.
3 wasn't good enough.
One more time. You got a better one again.
Hi, I'm Chuck. I'm like son for the valley. Let's go.
You see my chapped lips on the camera? Like here a little bit? Don't disrespect the US of A. One more. Hi, I'm Moba Zane, Jungle for the Valley, and we're ready.
I want to fight Yahweh from the Eagle team for Philippines.
Definitely RRQ. They've done so much for Mobile Legends, and you could tell just by the amount of fans that they have. They've also been so driven. I mean, they've been in Mobile Legends for years and years and years, and they've always been pretty good. They've always, even when they weren't doing as well, even in this MPL, they bounced back in the second half of the season. And I have a lot of respect for them. They brought a lot for Mobile Legends. And in the Philippines, it probably blacklist because they're actually the first team that, even after winning a World Cup, they just stayed driven, stayed focused, and now they're on their way to having a chance of getting their second World Cup win.
You can travel the world to find yourself. But that journey must start at home.
Valley are going to end war!
Because you can't know who you are without remembering your past experiences.
Basic is returning to Asia for his redemption. The BTK trio wants to prove M3 wasn't just a fluke, and Hoon looking to win back his fans.
I got basically kicked, but they still call me traitor for, I don't know, for pursuing my dream.
I thought living that comfort zone and then try new things was a better way for me to pursue the win.
We're coming and we're gonna compete. We're gonna put a fight, that's for sure.
I'm coming for you, M4.
This is what we have all been waiting for.
You push us, we push you back. You respect us, we respect you back. You doubt us, we will bleed to prove you wrong.
Everything on the line right here, right now.
Definitely, they're not underestimating us as much as they did in M3. People probably see us and take us more seriously now, especially considering our accomplishment back then.
I want to be the first in the world. I want to win a world championship. And the only way to really do that is day in and day out. There's no relaxing. You have to keep going.
Here comes the Valley.
It's my time, I'm a ball. I'ma get this money right. I'm gonna live my best life. They've been talking to me on me, but you know they'll never win. I'm controlling all my victories, and something that's gotta give. Cause this shit just what I made it now, made it now. You can't ever break us down, break us down. I'll be speechless for the stars. Promise I'll be what they not, and I'll never ever stop. Won't never stop, yeah.
Touch your sky, you're made of silver and gold. Touch your sky, you're the greatest option now. You and I can make it out of the cold. Hang tight, we gonna reach for the greatness. We will always rise, we will never fall. We fight in our eyes, and we are strong. Even though we know our backs against the wall. And again, you take your aim, you know that this is.
I've been down, been waiting so long. I'm here for the crown, I'm here to show off. Greatness time, just waiting to show y'all. This is your time to remember.
So many times I lie in the basement waiting for greatness. No, I won't listen to anyone hating on me and telling me I wouldn't make it. Cause I did everything that they said I couldn't. Caught my footing and I got the controls. I stand for something, I ain't running now. I'm the greatest now, I just wanna make it proud. Don't let me down, don't let it off. I've been on the road, accomplished all of my goals, and I ain't gonna let you down.
Touch your sky, you're made of silver and gold. Touch your sky, you're the greatest option now. You and I, we can make it out of the cold. Hang tight, we gonna reach for the greatness. We will always rise, we will never fall. We fight in our eyes, and we are strong. Even though we know our backs against the wall. And again, pick your aim, you know that this is.
Coming for the game, cause we ready for the victory.
So turn it up, turn it up, turn it all the way up.
All you get your hands up, all you raise your hands up. Listen to what you feel and say. We gon' turn it up tonight. We gon' turn it up. We gon' turn it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the land of the dawn. We are the Mobile Legends Scrim Academy. And today is a special day as we are collaborating with the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Philippines server to host the 5 vs 5 ElGIN tournament. That's right, we have ElGIN going up against the MLBB Philippines team from their Discord. And I'm super excited to see both of these teams competing in a best of 5. It'll be one series today. We're going to wonder who is going to prevail and be victorious. Will it be Team ElGIN, a fan favorite, a lot of lore behind that name, or will it be the entire MLBB Philippines server, the best of the best, competing up against them? Today on the desk, we have an amazing on-point analysis going by the name of Eunice to join me to give those item breakdowns and those spot-on-spot engagements of what these teams could have did right or wrong. I will be your play-by-play going through it, so definitely buckle up, put your seatbelts on, as it may be a bumpy ride, but eventually the turbulence would even out. So both these teams are inside of the Land of the Dawn, currently in the draft phase, and they're ready to compete. How you doing today, Eunice?
Man, it's pretty early here, but we'll get this party started. All right, so I do see some very interesting bans in the first 3 phases. I do not know too much. I mean, everyone's playstyle is different, especially compared to PH and NA, so very interesting. I do see a Badong band. Now, that's the first time I've seen a Badong band in a drafting phase, so very interesting. I do see an Estus picked up, pretty meta right now. Ruby, lots of CC coming in from that silent Ruby, good utility and prevents an anti-dive for the side of ElGIN. And for the other team, I do see Lapu, Faramis, Valir, and Bruno right now. I see a possible hovering over the Melissa, so maybe a good pickup for that, but we'll definitely have to see though. The bands look pretty good though, but I'm just questioning that one Badong band, but they all have their reasons. I mean, you never know if there's a one-trick Badong on the other team, so I'm gonna leave it be. I see Ruby kind of circling around her battle spells. Saw a retry there for a second and kind of got scared, but I mean, you never know. But I do see a Faramis. I think that's a Faramis Rome. Or it could be Valir Rome too. Valir Rome has actually been drafted. I do see Xavier picked up. Good late game. I don't know. That Xavier, that stupid Xavier of a hero has been bullying everybody pretty much in the mid lane. And with that Dawning Light, is able to snipe everybody from the opposite side. So it's literally like a Mosque of ult with magic damage. And I think that's pretty broken with those skills. Gonna definitely be really crucial for that late game. I do see Karina picked up, and now I see a response to that. They did pick up that Bruno and the Leomore for the jungle. I haven't seen much Leo jungles lately. I don't know if it's just my draft or maybe just my team picks, but I know Leomore used to be a huge pick back then. It was a Leomore Martis that used to be very, very high picks and also banned, but happy seeing Leo being brought back into the Land of the Dawn. But looking at this draft, Wheezy did a lot of breaking down for you. If you had to pick a team just by draft, which side are you favoring right now?
Oh, it's a good question. I think I'm going to go with the MLBB Philippines team over there with the Bruno to kind of carry him through the late game, the Faramis for the support, the Leomord in the jungle. I just feel like it's a stronger draft. The only reason being is when I look at the ElGIN team, right, I'm not seeing a lot of late game. I see a lot of things relying into the hands of Xavier to deal that damage to Karina to close it out. And just relying on the CC from Ruby comboed with the sustainability and the regen over there by Estus, the Blessing of the Moon Goddess. But I don't know if that's enough, right? It's a lot of CC. That is a lot of sustainability, but that is not enough damage. And I'm wondering how it will prevail. I think when it comes to the 5v5 clashes, Team ElGIN has a good time to be able to stay alive, especially with this Boxia, who will be slotted as the roamer. But when it comes to the damage dealers, they definitely have it on the side of MLBB PH. Now, I'm kind of wondering what's going on with their Leomord right now, though. So we might have a little bit of a technical pause real quick just to make sure that he does get inside of the game. So we're going to go to the screen real quick. But I don't know. I really wonder how the engagements are going to go when it jumps into these 5v5 clashes, especially over some of these neutral objectives, right? There's a lot of CC for Team ElGIN, so maybe taking these lures, taking these turtles won't be the hardest thing, but it will be a little hard to deal the damage and try and keep the side of MLBB PH away. So I wonder how it's going to go. We're seeing a Leomord jungle going up against the Karina jungle, both in a meta for sure. I mean, you see Mobazane even in M4 pulling out that Karina and making it work. But Leomord, like you said, kind of slotted a lot inside of the North American server alongside the Martis, and definitely has been one of the stronger junglers. That fighter with mobility, able to use that Phantom Steed to kind of chase down his opponents and have have an easier time taking these objectives. So I'm excited to see which way prevails. I've never really seen a composition like Team ElGIN's before, heavily relying on sustainability, CC, and picking up a Boxia to top it off. So I think it'll be interesting indeed. We are going to currently possibly resume. I think there's a little bit of a lag over there by their jungler, so I just wanted to make sure he had a fair chance to jump in. And maybe not. Let's see. Okay, guys, so we are still on technical pause. Looks like their jungler's having a hard time getting in. Oh, she just got in. Okay, sweet. Now we're jumping back into the land of the Dawn as Derizi, a little bit of a late appearance at Leomord jungle, which is going to kind of be a little costly on him, as he is now delayed slightly in farm, as Stanley able to clear that blue buff and take that lethal wanderer.
Well, I do see that a little bit of a behind now for the side of MLBB PH's team, but going back to what you were saying about the late game, though, we can't underestimate the Xavier. I mean, as soon as the Xavier starts to build those 3 core items, the clock and the enchanted talisman and lightning, you just really can't underestimate him. He just starts to scale and scale, and once he starts to hit that peak, it's definitely going to be an issue. Now, usually in NA teams, I usually see a 1-3-1 rotation going on, but I see a 1-2-2 coming in from the side of Team ElGIN coming in, babysitting that Ruby. Actually, Ruby slotted in the gold lane, which is actually pretty interesting. So it is a Baksha roam with the Ruby in the gold lane, and is that a Estus in the EXP lane?
That is a Estus in the XP lane. And first blood over there at Team ElGIN, but responded back, as you are going to see that Estus go into the hands of Derizi with that Phantom Steed with the 2v1 situation comboed up with the Lapu Lapu to secure that kill.
All right, I do see an issue though for the early game. Like you said, there is no early game damage. You are correct, but I'm just gonna have to hope for the side of Team ElGIN that Xavier needs to scale pretty fast. I mean, they have that Bruno, and that Bruno's just gonna start to melt everyone once he starts to scale. So we're definitely gonna see. But speaking of seeing,
you do see a lot of engagement going on. A possible Mystic Field on the way. 40 Sec gonna take down the box here, the roam for Team ElGIN. You are seeing a possible stun on to Stanley, and down he goes into the hands of this Leomord. 1-4 right now. MLBB Philippines leading the way for the early game.
I'm trying to understand draft here right now, but nothing's clicking in my head. I've never seen a Ruby being drafted in a gold lane, and I've never seen a Estus being drafted in the EXP lane, so definitely interesting. But speaking about interesting,
you do see Boxier rushing in for that kill. Definitely a little bloodthirsty right there. But now 2-4 on the board. And like you said, it's an interesting comp. It's not something we've really seen before ever casting. And I really want to see how it plays out. There you go, Derizi over there on the Phantom Steed, getting some pressure in the jungle, forcing Stanley into the bottom lane. You are seeing a 3v3 clash going on the way inside of the bush. Shadow Stampede possibly going in to pull in from Faramis. 42nd taking down the box here, but you are seeing Faramis take down Karina. Dawning Light from across the way in the mid-river is going to catch Derizi off guard, and down he goes. And that is a 1-for-2 trade, still leaning in favor of MLBB Philippines as they're putting this pressure on to this tier 1 turret. Gonna go ahead and try and strip this gold. And this is Ruby trying to contest a Valir and trying to contest a Bruno, but on the top side again, that Estus in the XP lane not having the easiest time, and Lapu Lapu is punishing him, going ahead and picking up that kill and stripping all the gold off of that turret. But wait, another engagement on the bottom side. These teams are out for blood. They're out for these engagements. You do see a possible kill on the way. Dawning Light connecting on a 40 seconds. Down goes Valir into the hands of this Xavier, now rushing in to join the fight to make it a 3v2 situation. You are seeing the Mecha Legs connecting and getting a kill on to one member of Team ElGIN. Lapu Lapu with the separation is going to take the tier 1 turret on the top side, and Xavier with the killing spree is going to kill Bruno, take him down. But wait a minute, Stanley rushing in, trying to take out Kirisama with the low HP, but unable to make it work. It's going to quickly be topped off in terms of heals by Estus right there. Dawning Light unable to hit the mark as Turtle does go into the hands of Derizi for MLBB Philippines.
absolutely. Now, I just don't understand the draft, but we're gonna get into the items. Do see Estus first picking up Enchanted Talisman, very, very unnecessary item for that Estus to be able to scale and be able to hold his lane, probably late game, to help his team sustain with that mana regen. So definitely should be able to start scaling in. But speaking of that though, I do see Ruby building in that Haas Claws. I do see the little sustain coming in from the bot lane on that gold lane, but I don't know how long she can keep up for the sustain, as I do see a possible clash down here, Weezy.
You do see a clash on the bottom side, 3v1 situation. Oh my goodness, the Phantom Steed connecting. It's gonna go ahead and take down Ruby, and now you're seeing the proxy of the minions and this will be a turret into the hands of the Philippines. And they are taking a lot of real estate right now. You're already seeing the Lapu have an easier time against that Estes, taking that first turret within 5 minutes of the game, and now to lose a second one on top of that. This is what we start to call the snowball. 9-5, leading by 4 kills and also leading by 2 turrets, only 5 minutes in. Definitely not the position you want to be in for Team ElGIN in the early game, but wait a minute, you do see the Justice Blades going out. Bravest Fighter connecting, Estes with the Blessing of the Moon Goddess, unable to heal himself out. Lava picking up the kill, Faramis getting the kill as well, taking out Boxia. Co-alter activated for some additional sustainability. Mystic Field going in for the stun on a set time on the Bruno. Dawning Light going down the mid-river, barely able to do any damage to any members of the team. You do see a random flame shot going out, trying to do some poke damage, and it looks like all minions have been cleared, so both teams are going to go ahead and disengage.
Yeah, I just keep laughing because I just don't understand this draft. I keep saying it over and over again, but maybe they do have a reason for that draft. Like, we can't underestimate these teams. They are pretty good, solid teams, and they pick those drafts for a reason. Maybe it's for their own whatever strategy they're going on, but for the side of ElGIN, though, they're trying to hog their mid lane, which is actually a good thing because they do keep that vision up in the mid lane. But speaking of mid lane,
you are seeing Lapu get a kill on Xavier, activating the killing spree. 42nd, taking out Ruby. That is Valir picking up that kill. Double kill into Lapu, taking another one. Lapu taking a kill himself, and Karina taking out the Valir. But my goodness, down goes Stanley into the hands of the Phantom Steed. They're on fire, and that is a full wipeout for the side of Team ElGIN, and only one member down. 40 seconds for the side of MLBB Philippines, and now you're seeing Dorinzi with no contest. He's gonna go ahead and pick up this turtle.
yeah, but the thing is, like, with this draft, though, that Estes, the Ruby, the Baksha, and the Xavier, and the Karina, it just puts their team at an absolute disadvantage when it comes to objectives because they have no fronts. And yes, they do have the Baksha and they do have the Estes, but since the Ruby's being slotted in the bot lane, when that first turtle came up, there was no CC, there was no front, there was nothing to take kills. But speaking of kills,
you do see a Blessing of the Moon Goddess trying to keep the full team alive. The I Am Offended is going to go ahead and pull in set time to the turret, and Estes picks up the kill. But wait a minute, Clash going in, Bravest Fighter able to connect onto Boxia, down he goes, and able to take out Ruby as well into the hands of Lapu. Dorinzi getting a kill onto Estes. That is the Leomore picking that up. You are seeing the tier 2 turret in the mid-river gonna go ahead, or mid-lane, get picked off as well for MLBB Philippines, as well as the tier 2 on the top side. And this is just a hard time for Team ElGIN, and like we said, their composition makes it very easy for the side of MLBB Philippines to engage, as they're lacking damage. They had the sustainability, they had the CC, but they don't have anybody to burst down their heroes. And right now, I'm wondering how long will they be able to last, as this snowball is quickly piling up. 40 seconds, about to be 15 seconds if he doesn't get out of that. And you are seeing a 3v1 situation, activating the vengeance on this box here, but Phantom Steed, Resident is gonna take out Estes. Not done though, on a killing spree possibly. 42nd, get a kill on to Xavier. Do you see double kill by Dorinzi, taking out Boxia in the process, and a little bit of the emote on his way out?
absolutely. Now I do. There was some good kills coming here and there, but let's just do a really quick item check. I do see that Ruby just built in Hunter Strike, so this is going to be a damaged Ruby, so not too much to sustain now. I was hoping for that Ruby to build maybe some defense to be able to just at least front for that Xavier, but we're definitely gonna have to see. I do see Xavier did pick up those 2 core items, but in response, the Faramis and the Valir has built in those items, as well as an anti-heal item coming in, that necklace coming from Valir, to be able to stop the healing proc coming in from Estes. So it will be very interesting, but for now, the scaling's not looking too good. Karina's building mage damage, so not too much sustain either, coming in from nobody at this point. The boxer just picked up Dami Eyes for some heal cut as well, but at what cost? That Bruno has slotted in 2 damage items, about to finish his endless battle coming in, so lots of crit coming in from their marksman, but maybe if they just pick off their EXP laner, which is going to be that Lapu and that Bruno, they should be able to maybe have a comeback. But like we said, mistakes are something that is well known in the ML game in general. So if they do make a mistake, ElGIN does have some shutdown gold on their side and in their favor. So we shall see if they can possibly turn this around. What do you think, Wheezy?
Oh, it's going to be a hard fight indeed, as they're down to their inhibitors, and Lord pushing in the top side. You are seeing the mid inhibitor already taking some serious damage, and down it goes. Dawning Light as well, going down the mid lane, not able to connect to any members of the Philippines, and now they are working their way toward the second inhibitor with barely any contest. The Mecha Legs over there by Bruno, too much to handle. That Wolf Ronaldo back in action that we see commonly inside of the Philippines. Down goes another inhibitor with the combination of the Lord and MLBB Philippines, leaving them down to only the bottom, and that has dropped too, and they have nothing to defend besides a dream, and they're going to continue to clash this out. Lord does fall in the process, Co-Alter activated, but wait a minute, you are seeing the Nexus fall into the hands of MLBB Philippines with little contest, and they have taken game 1.
Well, the side of ElGIN did try their best to fight for that, but unfortunately the snowball was a little bit too heavy and a little bit too much for the side of ElGIN. So MLBB PH is definitely going to pick up that first win. Do you see MVP being slotted for the Faramis? But looking at the stats here, lots of team fight participation coming in from that Faramis, being able to support his entire team in that rotations coming in. I see a lot of damage, but the damage is kind of equal amongst everyone, not too much of a big difference. But the main damage coming in from that Leomore, that punish, definitely coming in from that jungler on the side of MLBB to be able to punish all those squishy heroes, that Estes, that Xavier, that Karina, and especially that Ruby. That Ruby did build Host Claws, but no sustain with that defense, no sustain at all, no front, which put their team at an automatic disadvantage. So, but very interesting draft, but I do have to give the congrats and that first crown to the side of MLBB. Congratulations, good job, and I'll see you in the next match.
Definitely a good job indeed, and like I said, that was just the interesting composition of heroes, not something you typically see. You want to make sure you're always balancing out who your damage dealers is. You need at least a late game damage dealer, if anything, to kind of pull off that composition. But like we said, they have won the battle, but they have not won the war. That's right, both of these teams are competing in a best of 5. We have Team ElGIN. The name speaks for itself. I know everybody probably watching today has seen an ElGIN video or two, going up against the MLBB Philippines Discord. So a lot is on the line. Both of these teams trying to claim that crown for this series. So definitely don't go anywhere. Grab some popcorn, get some drinks, and we'll be right back with you guys for game 2.
You can travel the world to find yourself. But that journey must start at home. Because you can't know who you are without remembering your past experiences.
Basic is returning to Asia for his redemption. The BTK trio wants to prove M3 wasn't just a fluke, and Hoon looking to win back his fans.
Pursuing my dream.
I thought living that comfort zone and then try new things was a better way for me to pursue the win.
We're coming and we're gonna compete. We're gonna put a fight, that's for sure.
I'm coming for you, M4.
This is what we have all been waiting for.
You push us, we push you back. You respect us, we respect you back. You doubt us, we will bleed to prove you wrong.
Everything on the line, right here, right now.
Definitely, they're not underestimating us as much as they did in M3. People probably see us and take us more seriously now, especially considering our accomplishment back then.
I want to be the first in the world. I want to win a world championship. And the only way to really do that is day in and day out. There's no relaxing. You have to keep going.
Here comes the valley.
this money right. I'm gonna live my best life. They been talking, tell me on me, but you know they'll never win. I'm controlling all my victories, and something that's gotta give. Cause this is just what I made it now, made it now. You can't ever, ever, ever break us down, break us down. I'll be speechless for the stars. Promise I'll be what they not, and I'll never, ever, ever, ever stop. Won't never stop, yeah.
Touch the sky, you're made of silver and gold. Touch the sky, you're the greatest option now. You and I can make it out of the cold. Hang tight, we gonna reach for the greatness. We will always rise, we will never fall. We fight in our eyes, and we are strong. Even though we know our backs against the wall. And again, you take your aim, you know that this is.
I've been down, been waiting so long. I'm here for the crown, I'm here to show off. Greatness time, just waiting to show y'all. This is your time to remember.
So many times I lie in the basement waiting for greatness. No, I won't listen to anyone hating on me and telling me I wouldn't make it. Cause I did everything that they said I couldn't. Caught my footing and I got the controls. I stand for something, I ain't running now. I'm the greatest now, I just wanna make it burn. Don't let me down, don't let it up. I've been on the road, I got the start on my goals, and I ain't gonna let you down.
Touch the sky, you're made of silver and gold. Touch the sky, you're the greatest option now. You and I, we can make it out of the cold. Hang tight, we gonna reach for the greatness. We will always rise, we will never fall. We fight in our eyes, and we are strong. Even though we know our backs against the wall. And again, pick your aim, you know that this is.
Coming for the game, cause we ready for the victory.
No. So turn it up, turn it up, turn it all the way up.
All of you get your hands up, all of you raise your hands up. Listen to what you feel and say. We gon' turn it up tonight, we gon' turn it up. We gon' turn it up.
The sky is so vast, isn't it? My little flare.
Papa? Can you reach the sky and ignite the stars?
Of course, honey bunch.
Papa never returned home. He's among the stars now. But what about me?
Have faith, little flare.
Now this is a wonder to behold.
Time. time to make the most of the moment. I'm Hoon, I'm mid lane for the Valley, and I'm ready.
I graduated high school a few months ago. Yeah. We dare to be great. Hello, my name is Fly Chicken. I'm XP lane from the Valley. Let's go.
Hey, it's basic. Again. We dare to improve. Hey, it's basic. Coordinator for the Valley. Let's go.
Say hi.
We wasn't good enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Land of the Dawn. My name is Wheezy, and I'm your host today as we're doing something super special. We are collaborating with the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Philippines server to host the 5 vs 5 ElGIN tournament. That's right, we are seeing Team ElGIN go up against MLBB Philippines Discord. Right now, the score is 1-0, and both of these teams are competing in a best of 5 with MLBB Philippines leading the way. Currently, both teams are inside of the draft right now, figuring out their game plan to prevail for match 2. We have MLBB Philippines 1 up on Team ElGIN, and on the desk, we have 2 amazing casters to lead the way. For the play-by-play, we have Coach Deku in the building, and also for the on-point analysis, we have Master Rim. How you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Equally great here.
Bright and early for this Mobile Legends Philippines event, right? In between the PH Discord and Team ElGIN, we've seen, right, a kind of a one-sided match in that first match in this best of 5, and now kind of looking to see the side of ElGIN kind of even up in the draft and in the gameplay.
They're definitely evening it out so far in this draft, right? Last game they had the sustainability, but not really anyone that's able to dish out the damage. But looking at that draft right now, they have the Martis, they have the Brody, that scaling marksman for that damage, right? But they also have that frontline presence as well as utility and extra magic damage and CC coming in from that Grok and that Luoyi. So I'm really liking their composition this far. It's more balanced, and that's what you want to see, right? Speaking of balance, right? Looking at the side, the blue side, right? We do see them locking into Selena. I'm not sure how I feel yet about them using her as their mage going into the composition, right? That's a Selena diving in to that CC coming in from that Liu Yi, or the, possibilities of being taunted by that Belleric there. However, I'm not going to discredit Sub on that carry. We does know she has that shredding potential, a really solid ADC. And once she picks up that trifecta with those items that people build on her right now, it's definitely going to help dish out some damage. But I want to damage some reputations right now. So Deku, which draft are you in favor of and why?
I mean, I'm going to have to lean it towards the side with carry, right? I mean, we've seen the overwhelming amount of pressure that a carry offers to a team, and it's locked in with some other picks like the Hayabusa alongside with the Lapu and even the Fredgen, right? So front line there, a lot of back line also available, and definitely some room and space for this carry to get online. And I mean, when you put it up against a pick like the Martis from the jungle, not really one of his favorable matchups, but I do have to say Brody is kind of there in the gold lane, kind of in a little bit of an answer to the carry, but I still have to overall give it over to the side of MLBB PH here just because of that carry, man. It's a very strong force to deal with.
Absolutely, and not only the carrier, right? But Hayabusa has been making his way back into the meta. We've seen him here in NA, and we're also seeing the PH side slotting him in, right? And looking at who he's going into that Luo Yu, one of those mages that's not really as independent. So she needs a lot of support and coverage, right? And we're definitely going to have to see that, which is going to make it a little harder, right? Because it's going to be a case of, okay, well, who do I prioritize in terms of protecting here? Do I protect my Luoyi, or do I give my Brody some more time and help to scale? And he is definitely going to need that help, because we are seeing the Fredgen in the wrong position down there, and it was outnumbered, but we do see the side of Team ElGIN answering that. Speaking of answers, we do see some little clashes happening here in the mid lane.
Definitely seeing action. Abyssal Arrows coming out 40 seconds, getting a lot of damage done in the first minutes of this match. But now on the bot side, a little bit of trade going on here. Beller checking into the bush, but gonna get caught out by this knock up from the Fredgen. We're gonna be able to go ahead and disengage.
Now, I definitely think that the side of ElGIN, they have to take it slow, right? We do see some lane cuts happening here in the EXP lane, which is very brave for this Phoveus, right? But he does have the Martis there to back him up if Lapu does decide to engage, but he doesn't. He goes to proxy his minions. But speaking of minions being proxy, we do see a clash happening in the bot side.
Hayabusa with the shadow kill is going to pick up the first blood into the hands of MLBB PH, and that's huge for the jungler coming on from the blue side. Snowball kind of unlocking when you get that first blood. A lot of extra gold picked up by the side of PH, but fight not over. Hayabusa looking for more potentially. No, they're going to go ahead and put their eyes on the objective. Just going to let Belleric know that they are here and they are ready for this turtle. Starting to pull onto the long side of the wall, doing a good job of finding the aggro, but keep an eye on Asperix here on this Lapu. Lapu undetected, but there goes the Brave Fighter stance. Mortal Coils trying to close the distance in on this turtle. Demonic Force has been popped. Here comes the stun for Lapu, and there comes Selena finding a kill on Phoveus. Fight not over there. Hayabusa going to find Belleric here. Appraiser's Wrath coming down and is going to be able to secure that turtle as Hayabusa is going to find the double kill in that fight. And that's a clean trade for the side of PH in that skirmish.
Absolutely, and to be honest, I do not think that's a fight they should have took. Speaking of fights being taken, we do see Carrie being taken off the board by Brody in this bot side. You know, having that one answer. The rest of his team was not able to capitalize off of that turtle fight, but it's very important that he is able to get these kills and pick up some of these items. He is building into that Blade of Despair, definitely going to help put his early game damage online. We see a lot of boots being picked up right now, not a lot of core items being picked up. We do see Selena with that elegant gem and actually stealing the Lethal Wanderer with that flame shot. So beautiful read there from that Selena being able to pick that up. But we do see the clash happening here in the bot side. We do see that team PH is definitely on the offense here, but now they seem like they have to rack out because Brody was able to pick up that double kill, putting him 3-1 on the board right now, which is definitely what you want to see, right? He's going up against this carry in the gold lane, and the more that he gets to scale and the more gold that he's able to pick up in the early stages of the map is actually going to make him have a much smoother time in this laning phase, especially since the side of MLBB PH is definitely putting more pressure in his lane. Speaking of pressure, we do see another team fight here happening in the bot side.
And Carrie looking to stack on the damage, not able to find the kill just yet. And the 3v2 under unfavorable conditions, we're going to get taken very low by the torn apart memories from Brody, who, like you said, is online, sitting at 3-1. The early game definitely going in his favor.
And like I said, there's something I have to point out, right? Looking at the composition coming out from the side of PH right now, that Hayabusa, very much like the Fanny, they both fall off in the late game, but they still have an answer for when they're going to fall off, right? They have the carry. And if that Brody is able to have an easier time, it's definitely going to be hard. Speaking of hard times,
Hayabusa going to find the turtle, but here comes the whole conflict in the river as Martis is going to be able to take out the Fredgen. Brave Fighter stance from Lapu though in the back line, trying to find Brody, but the kite too strong. Torn apart memory not going to find the mark. Demonic Force looking for the kill. Mortal Coils from Martis, but bit off a little more than he can chew as Lapu is going to find that trade, a 1-for-1 in this favor of PH here. As they are, though, going to be able to loot or find that turtle as well to stack on top of that, and a turret down in the bot side. That's a lot of economy being picked up by the side of MLBB PH.
And it's like I was saying, right? Team of ElGIN, they have to take it slow. And the side of MLBB PH is getting these items in the total opposite manner, right? We already see Carrie locking in that corrosion site, building into that Demon Hunter sword next, which is definitely going to help her deal some damage. Speaking of damage,
Fredgen taking the fight to the front door of ElGIN with a lot of CC as Hayabusa is going to find Belleric, and that Selena was able to find a kill as well. Mars with the Mortal Coils looking at decimation, but there goes the Abyssal Arrow. Going to catch him with the stun. He is going to get taken out by this carry, but now Brody being done with a little bit of damage from Hayabusa, but it looks like the side of MLBB MLBB PH is going to back on just a little bit. They have already won the trade. Not really too much to go for, but Lu Yi with the diversion in the bush, nothing to find there. But Lapu Lapu working on that top side turret is going to be able to find that pretty much uncontested.
Definitely want to see the side of Team ElGIN utilize this Lu Yi, right? She has that ultimate which can provide some surprise clashes and engagements. Speaking of surprise, the abyssal arrows landing constantly to these members here. Speaking of things being landed.
Hayabusa with the follow-up is going to find out the shadow kill. Energy eruption coming out from Frederick. Selena going to stack up and find the shutdown on Brody. Belleric now caught out by the members of MLB PH. That is a double kill to the hands of Hayabusa. And now Martis finding Selena, but off over there. Lapu does find Phoebus as well. The trade ultimately going to the favor of MLB PH. That's a 4-1 trade into the hot side of MLB PH, along with the tower down there in the bot side. But hang on here. Martis being focused just a little bit here by the side of MLB PH. But they're going to go ahead and focus their attention on that neutral objective, the turtle over there in the river.
Which is going to go uncontested, right? And it's like I said, speaking back into these winning conditions here, Team ElGIN's win condition is getting to that late game as the Selena, as well as the Hayabusa has the potential of falling off, right? They're not going to be able to engage as much, and the damage is not going to be there. But speaking of damage, it's there right now.
MLBB PH looking to wipe them out as we're seeing a total cleanup right now. As 4 members of ElGIN are wiped off the map in an instant, and that is going to be catastrophic for the side of Team ElGIN's. MLB PH is running it up right now. Abyssal Air from Selena is going to connect onto the Phobius underneath the tower. A dodge going in. Demonic Force being hit by the flame, trying to go ahead and knock him back, and Phobius is left confused as to what's going on. But another Abyssal Air on Phobius. Keep your eyes on the Selena highlight reel. Demonic Force being pocket of the tower. That's exactly what you want. Is now Frederick's going to catch him with the energy eruption. He's going to get taken down by the Frederick. Here's Lapu Lapu. Brave Fighter stance, raising slash on the back line. Other side of Team ElGIN. Lu Yi taking damage too low. But now Martis, Mortal Coils, Decimation, going to trade out and find the Frederick. He's on the run. He's on the hunt potentially, but there's no more members left around as ElGIN and PH going at it right now.
Absolutely, right? And it's like I was saying, the win condition right now for Team ElGIN is to take it slow, as the side of PH, they have heroes that will fall off. And looking at their composition, they have heroes that can slot in a lot of defensive items and still be able to dish out that damage, right? But the Brody going in here for this full damage build, but Hayabusa going in, but that Wind of Nature is able to help him escape that freely, but the fight still continues.
Definitely still continuing. Mortal Coils from Martis with the Decimation, not going to find the kill. Flame shot and Demonic Force from this Phobius, not able to find Hayabusa. This is going to fall into the hands of Carrie, who just picked up a triple kill in that fight in the jungle ahead of this Lord.
Did we come here take a minute to shout out that outplay with those shadows there? The way that he was able to avoid those dashes, it was really masterful, right? Never saw anything like it. But speaking of things I'm seeing, some items being picked up here. This Selena only has that Clock of Destiny and Lightning Trench Arm, but the Abyssal Arrows and the utility coming in from that is definitely something that we cannot overlook. And speaking of things to not overlook, that carry locking in that trifecta, right? It's like I was saying, once she picks that up, she's pretty much unstoppable. And there's nothing that the side of Team ElGIN can really do in response. We don't see a lot of physical defense being built in, which is strange to me, considering the fact that Fredrin is getting these sets, he's getting these taunts, right? And then you have the Hayabusa, who's able to follow up, as well as Lapu with the Brave Fighter stance jumping on top of you, and you don't really have an answer for it. I would have probably liked to see Brody take the standard route of building in that Blade of Despair and then locking in that, you know, that defense item that gives you extra defense and movement speed for sustainability, but they're gonna have to sustain this fight.
Wrath the Diode coming out from the Bellers. They're looking to peel back the members of PH, but they're going for the quick wipeout yet again. 4 members taken out, and it's only one more. Phobius getting caught out by the Abyssal Air Demonic Force, but it's not going to do enough to save him as Hayabusa has dropped a Maniac, taking out 4 members of Team ElGIN, and now looking to end this game. No members left on the side of ElGIN to go ahead and stop the power. That is MLBB PH, and here comes the Nexus, and here comes all 5 members. They know they've won the game, having fun, and it is done. Team ElGIN being taken out in match 2.
Victory!
Man, a beautifully played game there for them. Honestly, like I said, the draft, the winning potentials that they had. They definitely had that tanky and unsustainable team comp if they were allowed to get to the late game. But the red side here with the heavy aggression, not allowing them to get to that point. And we can see this by the overall team fight participation, right? Everyone, besides the carry having over 60%, but she had this tower steal. She had the objective. So I would count that as a team fight participation as well, because she was able to secure some objectives and trades on the map. But looking at the blue side right now, they weren't able to secure any economy as there's 0% tower damage coming in from any of the members there, which is not really good, right? But we all know this is this a best of 5 series, best of 7? They do have the possibility to, you know, have an answer for this. Like I said, it comes down to the draft and playing your win conditions in your favor and having answers for what the enemy side is picking up here.
Definitely finding answers, and MLBB Philippines on the rise. Maybe a little bit of firepower as the M4 finals are on the way as well. Actually going right now with Echo versus Blacklist, and maybe that's a little bit of the momentum they needed, as they are now 2-0 up on ElGIN. On fire, we do have that Zero over there in that Hayabusa trying to look like Kyrie out there on that assassin. So definitely good game indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Today's schedule, we are seeing Team ElGIN. The name speaks for itself. I know everybody out there has probably watched an ElGIN video or two going up against the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Philippines Discord, and man, are they putting on a show. 2-0 right now, both teams competing in a best of 5, and I'm excited to see where game 3 will take us. So definitely don't go anywhere. Get a little bit of stretching on. It is about like 6 in the morning for us in North America, so definitely a crazy way to kind of wake up and see these teams competing. And I appreciate everybody tuning in to today's event and into today's stream. As always, my name is Weezy and I am your host, and I look forward to seeing you guys for match 3.
You can travel the world to find yourself. But that journey must start at home.
Now we are going to end war!
Because you can't know who you are without remembering your past experiences.
Basic is returning to Asia for his redemption. The BTK trio wants to prove M3 wasn't just a fluke, and Hoon looking to win back his fans.
I got basically kicked, but they still call me traitor for, I don't know, for pursuing my dream.
I thought living that comfort zone and then try new things was a better way for me to pursue the win.
We're coming and we're gonna compete. We're gonna put a fight, that's for sure. I'm coming for you, M4.
This is what we have all been waiting for.
You push us, we push you back. You respect us, we respect you back. You doubt us, we will bleed to prove you wrong.
Everything on the line, right here, right now.
Definitely, they're not underestimating us as much as they did in M3. People probably see us and take us more seriously now, especially considering our accomplishment back then.
I want to be the first in the world. I want to win a world championship. And the only way to really do that is day in and day out. There's no relaxing. You have to keep going.
Here comes the Valley.
It's my time, I'm a ball. I'ma get this money right. I'm gonna live my best life. They been talking to me on me. You know, don't controlling all my victories. And something that's gotta give, cause these sisters, but I made it now, I made it now. You can't ever break us down, break us down. I'll be reaching for the stars, promise I'll be what they not. And I'll never, ever stop. Won't never stop, yeah.
Touch the sky, you're made of silver and gold. Touch the sky, you're the greatest option now. You and I, we can make it out of the cold. Hang tight, we gonna reach for the greatness. We will always rise, we will never fall. We fight in our eyes, so we are strong. Even though we know our backs against the wall. Can you take your aim? You know that this is.
I've been down, been waiting so long. I'm here for the crown, I'm here to show off. Greatness time, just waiting to show y'all. This is your time to remember.
So many times I lie in the basement waiting for greatness. No, I won't listen to anyone hating on me and telling me I wouldn't make it. Cause I did everything that they said I couldn't. Caught my footing and I got the controls. I stand for something, I ain't running now. I'm the greatest now, I just wanna make it proud. Don't let me down, don't let it all fall. I'm on the road to accomplish all of my goals. And I ain't gonna let you down.
Touch the sky, you're made of silver and gold. Touch the sky, you're the greatest option now. You and I, we can make it out of the cold. Hang tight, we gonna reach for the greatness. We will always rise, we will never fall. We fight in our eyes, so we are strong. Even though we know our backs against the wall. And again, pick your aim, you know that this is.
Coming for the game, cause we ready for the victory.
So turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, oh yeah.
The sky is so vast, isn't it? My little flare.
Papa? Can you reach the sky and ignite the stars?
Of course, honey bunch.
Papa never returned home. He's among the stars now. But
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Land of the Dawn. We are the Mobile Legends Scrim Academy, and today is an insane day as we are hosting the ElGIN 5 vs 5 tournament with the collaboration of the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Philippines server. And today, man, these matches have been insane as we are seeing Team ElGIN, a fan favorite. Definitely everybody knows the name across the Land of the Dawn. Definitely seen a video or two going up against MLBB Philippines in a best of 5. And man, oh man, is the Philippines on fire. Not only inside of M4 with Echo leading the way 3-0, but also with the MLBB Philippines now leading the way 2-0 and possibly going for a sweep. Definitely needing ElGIN to kind of pick up the pace and find a game plan if they do want to remain in this series. On the desk, join with me, I do have the on-point analysis, Eunice, in the building, hopefully having a great time, and I will be your guys' play-by-play. How you doing, Eunice?
I'm doing okay, and yourself?
Oh, I'm doing great, but I think these teams are doing better as they're preparing for the next match. Now, I gotta say, Game 1 and 2, we've seen a similar story with the dominant fashion over there by MLBB PH. And I gotta ask you, what does Team ElGIN need to do to pick up the pace and turn the tide in their favor?
I mean, I do feel like they do need an early sustained damage dealer. So like all of these games that they've had, they've only had very low scaling heroes pretty early games. So it's very easy for them to get picked off by this MLBB PH's team. But I do see a glue slotted in with a Natan and a bomb in jungle. I don't know the last time I've seen a bomb in jungle either. But on the side, is MLBB on the right side, correct?
MLBB is on the right side, yes.
I do see Fredrin picked up with the Faramis and a Lapu. So very good sustain. I do see still there's one ban to do left. I don't know if they're going to do a double ban marksman, but that could also be a thing. But for the side right now, I do see MLBB does have the upper hand right now with just draft itself. And they did ban out the Estes. Very interesting ban. Honestly thought they would be the one picking it up, but I don't know. But I do see a glue slotted in though. Glue is pretty meta right now. But that punish is definitely going to come in from the Faramis. That, I don't know, these drafting phases are looking kind of interesting to me, but I do see an Xavier and Kadita banned, and I do see a Beatrix and an Estes banned in the last banning phase, so very interesting. I do also see that Leomord banned out, the Carry banned out, good bans. Pretty common. Also on the side of NA, I do see a Moskov being drafted, and I see another Ruby possibly getting drafted for the side of ElGIN, but I really hope it does not get slotted in the goal lane again, but definitely looks like it will be slotted as the roam position. Do wonder who their mid's gonna be. They did ban out the Xavier and the Kadita, so, and the Eve and the Valentina, so very limited on mages, but I do see ElGIN hovering over a Veil for their mage, and they do lock it and Veil with Piri to probably be able to escape that Lapu when he starts to front all those shots. Definitely might be in a good escape route for that Veil. Do see Chow also getting drafted in. I think this is a Chow roam with the Lapu side. Yep. So very interesting draft. I do see, okay, at least this draft, they do have early games. They do have the Natan, they do have that glue for very fast wave clear. But like, again, every single mage that the side of ElGIN has picked has to scale. And it already puts them at a very big disadvantage when it comes to early games. So definitely will be very interesting. I see a Ruby with Vengeance. So very interesting pick, but we're gonna have to see. But Wheezy, if you had to pick a draft, if you had to pick a side just by these comps, who would you pick?
Actually, this time I would go around with ElGIN, only due to the fact that there's no mage over there for the MLBB Philippines, and I'm wondering. Actually, no, there is. Actually, nope. My mind has been changed. I'm going with the MLBB Philippines, and I didn't see that Faramis picked up for the mid lane, and now I do love their composition. That Fredrin, one of the toughest junglers to deal with this season, and even inside of M4, one of the most picked. Lapu, same story, one of the most dominant XP lanes. Cho, one of the best roams to kind of get the job done with that displacement of the Way of the Dragon. And Faramis, one of the top supports with that Colt Altar, and then not to mention Moskov. We've seen how crazy CW over there on Onyx was with that attack speed Moskov build, and we are starting to see him kind of get more and more on the rise, and I think it is a very solid pickup. You are stacking him up against a hero you don't see traditionally at all in the professional scene, and that is a Natan. So I think that's a little bit of a wild card on how effective this will be. But one thing they do have in their favor for the side of Team ElGIN is they do have this glue in the XP lane, who has been a little bit more dominant, but it's not a glue in the XP lane. It's actually a glue roam, and they decided to slot Ruby in the XP lane as well. So that's where I'm kind of not liking the composition of ElGIN, right? I would have preferred to put glue as the XP and put Ruby as the roam, and I definitely would have slotted that flicker on Ruby, as that is one of the key factors to being able to combo that I'm Offended, that group set, and pulling them back to your team. But speaking of pulling back, you already seen the Shadow Stampede pulling glue into the team of the MLBB Philippines, trying to secure that first blood nice and early on the map.
Yeah, I did expect the glue to go side lane, but I guess I was wrong. It is a glue roam. Yes, it is a glue roam with a Ruby side, so very interesting. I would prefer the flicker being slotted in for ElGIN to get that more mobility for these Ruby when laning against a Lapu, but it is a comfort pick, a safe pick, so I'm gonna leave that up to the decision of ElGIN. But looking at this draft right now for the early game, not looking too hot for ElGIN, but they do have good CC. But speaking of CC,
you are seeing a lot of utility already used. Down goes that Vengeance for Ruby a little too early. But in the bottom lane, you are seeing a possible 2v1 situation. But no, it looks like Cho decides to disengage. Both teams getting ready, trying to get that level 4 to take this first objective. Now, Team ElGIN does have this Ballman, though. Everybody knows about that lethal counter with the Retribution. But speaking of counter, Kirisama finding first blood onto Glue. And now you're seeing Bravest Fighter over there by Lapu. Lapu, the 4v1 situation. Lapu able to pick up a kill onto Ballman as soon as the turtle spawned in. And that will secure this objective into the hands of the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Philippines with 2 kills on the board as well.
yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, that Glue did get picked off in that mid lane by the side of MLBB. Looks like the turtle's definitely going to be in the hands of ML. Being able to prioritize that mid lane and having more control over the turtle will definitely get them the upper advantage. Now looking at these items, I do see a lot of early game core items, Molten Essence for the side of Ballman to be able to clear waves and clear their jungles faster. But I do see that Fredrin's definitely opting in for an automatic defense item side of a Molten Essence. Might be a little bit of a struggle clearing jungle, but speaking of clearing,
you do see the G-Kundo connecting onto Natan with the additional damage over there by this Moskov, and now they're going to strip all the gold off of the tier 1 tower for the bottom side, and this is going to put Natan at a huge disadvantage, especially stacked up against this Moskov who's running that Inspire to top it off, some additional attack speed, and we know how deadly that can be just from seeing CW over there on Onyx, Indonesia, and I'm loving this draft. But speaking of draft, the way the Dragon connecting, Natan in the 2v1 situation, again, decides to continue to engage on this lane, and is taken down by Azra Cho this time. That is 2 deaths already on the board for the marksman of Team ElGIN, but wait a minute, Stanley going in is going to take out 40 seconds. That is Faramis off the board. That is 1 kill, the first kill for the side of Team ElGIN.
now, like I said earlier, that Faramis is definitely going to be a big punish on that Glue. As soon as that Glue uses that split into that ult, second skill on that Faramis is definitely going to instantly kill the Glue from all that passive stacks coming in and immediately being responded back. But speaking of respond,
you do see split activated by Glue, gonna go ahead and try and pick somebody up for some additional CC, but who does he choose? He goes in for the Fredrin. Go Alter being activated to sustain the full team of MLBB. You are seeing Vale trying to get a kill on a Kirisama, but Kirisama picking him down, and that is a kill into the hands of Fredrin. They are not done though, diving the tower with the Appraiser's Wrath, trying to take the last hit. Cho rushing in with the G-Kundo is gonna go ahead and find a way to take out another member, Natan, for the mid lane, and that is 3 members out. As you are seeing Septime take out Stanley in that process, though. And man, oh man, bodies are dropping left and right for Team ElGIN, 8-1. And this is a similar story we've been seeing in all 3 games so far. And it looks like the side of MLBB PH is going for the sweep. And the question is, will Team ElGIN allow it, as they are down to the wire and definitely on the back end for Game 3?
absolutely. Now, the thing is, like with these issues here, I see here, Team ElGIN's been losing their gold lane turret under 5 minutes for all 3 games. So automatically puts them at a disadvantage. But speaking of disadvantage here, I do see a little bit of tussling happening in the mid lane. I do see a little bit of pushing from the side of ML, putting in that work from that Faramis, being able to secure that mid lane and being able to push up and pressure for the side of Team ElGIN. But speaking of items, I do see Clock getting picked up into Faramis, so he's definitely going to be able to scale, put in that proc and that damage for that lane. But speaking of damage,
you are seeing both teams going in. Glue with the split's going to probably pick up on Azura, and yes, he does, but he has 4 members of the MLBB Philippines to burst him down, and Moskov's going to pick up that kill, but the knockup by Vale. You are seeing the Windstorm activated as well to do some additional damage, but wait a minute. Moskov with the spear is gonna get a triple kill and take out Natan. Man, oh man, they are on fire, and they are only getting stronger as Moskov is picking up on this attack speed, and you are seeing them quickly make work of the tier 2 tower for the bottom side.
yeah, absolutely. That Moskov ult was a good sniper on the side of an MLBB, but very interesting draft.
Yeah, definitely very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. I'm just looking at this, and I do see the snowball happening, so Definitely interesting draft.
Yeah, interesting draft indeed, as you are seeing Lapu get a kill on to Glue, and that is one member off of the board, the Roam for the side of Team ElGIN, and now it looks like MLBB Philippines is going to try and progress in, but the I'm offended for the double set, pulling in Kurosama and 40 seconds into the turret, and Ruby doing some additional CC. Now you are seeing Azra rush in with the G Kundo, getting a little bit of a knockup, but knocked up himself over there by Vel, and Morio is going to find the kill onto Cho. That is a kill into the hands of Natan for Team ElGIN, and now that is an eye for an eye, a 1-for-1 swap for kills, and now you are seeing Team ElGIN get a little bit more comfortable. They're going to go ahead and go in for this blue buff. But speaking of objectives, you are seeing Fredrum pick up the turtle and now trying to pick up some kills on the 3v5 situation. Is this a little bit of an overextension by the Philippines? Lapu finding a kill on to Glue and getting a double kill on to Vel, and then Moscow getting a kill on to Ruby, and that is just what they have been doing all day, dominating no matter what the numbers are. Always finding a way to take a member down from Team ElGIN, as that Lapu just rushed in with the bravest fighter and able to get a double kill. Very impressive indeed, especially on a 3v5 or 2v5 situation. Now looking at this Moskov on the bottom side, still finding some real estate. He's going to clear some turrets possibly, rushing in. He's going to do some damage on the Glue. Glue rushing in. Gonna go ahead and use that slam to do some chip damage on the Septime, but not really affecting him, as I'm pretty sure he's picked up this Hawes Claws now, which means he's gonna kind of heal up. No, he hasn't picked it up yet, but when he does, it's gonna be even more deadly for Septime on the Moskov.
I still do have to give credit though to ElGIN, because they are defending the best of their ability to be able to try to save these turrets. But speaking of turrets,
Kurosama find a kill on to Glue. Down he goes. The Roam again picked off for the side of Team ElGIN. G Kundo by Cho, caught by the lethal counter, and Mario's gonna pick up that kill on this Natan, but fight not over. You are seeing Stanley trying to do some damage on this Ballman. The inhibitor for the mid lane has fallen, leaving only the top and the bottom for the side of Team ElGIN to defend against the 4-man stack of MLBB Philippines. Do they disengage? No, they don't. They find a way to take down the bottom inhibitor as well. Cold Altar being activated for some sustainability. Stanley getting bursted down. 40 seconds, going to pick up that kill onto the jungler for Team ElGIN. And now, again, this is a 4v4 situation. Cho making his way down the mid lane, trying to join the fight. Ruby trying to be the front line, trying to get a potential set. 40 seconds, gonna take out Ruby for Team ElGIN, and they are not done. Unstoppable as Asprex finds Vel. Septime finds Natan. Shut down from Glue, taking out Lapu, and a double kill from this Moskov to go ahead and take the wipeout and take the turret. Ladies and gentlemen, MLBB Philippines ends the series with a sweep on Team ElGIN.
absolutely. Now, even though there has been some very tough times in the Land of Dawn today, they were able to defend and use their best of the ability to be able to defend all those 3 games and be able to sustain as much as they can. Although they did have a little bit of a hard time, they still tried their best and showed up as a team to be able to defend all of these turrets and to be able to defend all of these team fights. I do see a lot of core items though coming in from that Moskov. Well-deserved MVP landing against for the side of ElGIN, but I do see a lot of golds actually for the side of MLBB. I see that Fredrum did good rotations around the map, but the most damage did come from that Moskov being fed pretty early game. Lots of turret damage, so a lot of splitting did come from Moskov, and being able to secure those kills with that ult, good snipe coming in from that Moskov. But do see Ruby coming in with some turret damage, but unfortunately she was the only one that was able to push, unfortunately landing up against that Lapu. But congratulations MLBB, PH server, and the team. You guys did beautiful today. Amazing job. I do hope to see you guys play again tomorrow. Same for you guys, ElGIN, but congratulations, crown goes to you, and well deserved. See you guys next time.
Man, oh man, what a game and what a series. And MLBB Philippines not only dominating 4-4, but dominating up against Team ElGIN, and very impressive match indeed, and some swift finishes. Definitely seeing some synergy there, and maybe a little bit of that momentum boost that Echo is giving the Philippines entirely. So I appreciate it, everybody tuning in. My name is Weezy. I've been your host today, and we are the Mobile Legends Scrim Academy. A special shout out to all the amazing casters from the MLSA staff that you guys heard on the desk. That was Coach Deku on the play-by-play. That was Master Rim on the analysis. That was also for the analysts. We did have Eunice to kind of close it out with myself on the play-by-play. And guys, it has been a pleasure. Shout out to the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Philippines Discord server for allowing us to host this event, and I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. And I'm excited to see teams compete in future events as well. So Guys, if you are in North America and you guys want to compete in the MLSA, definitely register on our Discord server. If you guys are in the Philippines and want to join events like the one you just seen today, make sure you guys join the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Philippines Discord server and sign up for all these events that are going to come throughout the year of 2023. It has been my pleasure as your host today, and hopefully we'll see you guys later on today as we have the Faction Cup coming up for North America MLBB Discord. So we'll be live again around 7 p.m. Central Time in the United States. And if you guys are up during that time for the Philippines, I would love to see you guys there. But speaking of the Philippines, man, definitely go check out M4. Your teams are competing right now. Blacklist versus Echo, and Echo leading the way 3-0. Just having an easier time against Blacklist, and we might see some new champs for M4. A little bit of Carl TZ in its finest. But guys, it's been a pleasure as always. This was an amazing stream, and I appreciate everybody tuning in. And we'll see you guys next time in the Land of the Dawn for the Mobile Legends Scrim Academy. Peace!